The hidden business strategies that made these companies billions. Every day, millions of people buy products from companies like Costco, Apple, McDonald's, IKEA, and Amazon. Most people think these companies became successful because they sell great products, but that's only part of the story. Behind every one of these companies is a business strategy that most customers never notice. Today, we're breaking down the hidden strategies that help build some of the biggest companies in the world. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood businesses on earth, McDonald's. People think McDonald's became a giant because it sells billions of burgers every year. But one of its biggest strengths isn't food, it's real estate. McDonald's often owns or controls the land underneath many of its restaurants and leases those locations to franchise owners. That means franchisees don't just pay franchise fees, they often pay rent as well. As property values increase over time, McDonald's benefits from owning incredibly valuable real estate while collecting rental income. The burgers bring people in. The land helps build long-term wealth. Next is Costco. How can Costco still sell a hot dog and drink for just $1.50 after decades of inflation? Because the hot dog was never meant to make money. It's called a loss leader, a product sold at little or no profit simply to get customers into the store. Once you're inside, you're surrounded by groceries, electronics, clothing, furniture, and dozens of high-margin products. That cheap hot dog becomes one of the smartest marketing expenses in retail history. The goal isn't making money on lunch, it's getting you to spend hundreds of dollars before you leave. But Costco's biggest business strategy isn't the hot dog, it's something even more valuable: memberships. Millions of customers pay every year before buying a single product. That creates a predictable stream of recurring revenue and keeps customers coming back. Selling products is important. Selling loyalty is even better.
Now let's talk about Apple. Have you ever noticed that new iPhones almost never go on sale? That's not because Apple can't afford to discount them. It's because discounting would actually weaken one of Apple's biggest assets, its brand. Most companies compete on price. Apple competes on perception. When a brand constantly offers 30% or 40% discounts, customers begin waiting for the next sale. Over time, they stop believing the product is worth paying full price for. Apple avoids that problem by keeping its pricing remarkably consistent. This strategy is called price integrity. By rarely discounting its products, Apple reinforces the idea that they're premium, exclusive, and worth the asking price. It also helps maintain strong resale values. People know they can sell their old iPhone for a good price, making them more willing to upgrade every few years. Apple isn't just selling phones, it's selling trust, consistency, and status. Now let's move to IKEA. At first glance, IKEA stores seem confusing. You go in looking for one item and somehow end up walking through an entire showroom before you find it. That's completely intentional. IKEA designs its stores using a carefully planned customer journey. Instead of letting shoppers walk directly to what they need, the store guides them through bedrooms, kitchens, living rooms, offices, and dining spaces. Each room is designed to help you imagine what your own home could look like. Psychologists call this the mere exposure effect. The more often you see something, the more familiar and appealing it becomes. By the time you reach the warehouse, you've already seen hundreds of products multiple times. That's why so many people leave with candles, plants, picture frames, kitchen gadgets, and throw blankets they never intended to buy. Even the famous Swedish meatballs serve a purpose. After spending an hour walking through the store, customers get hungry. A low-cost meal encourages them to stay longer, take a break, and continue shopping afterward. Everything inside IKEA is designed to keep you in the building just a little bit longer, because the longer you stay, the more you tend to spend. Now let's look at Amazon. Most people think Amazon Prime exists to give customers free shipping, but free shipping is only part of the story. Prime is one of the most powerful customer loyalty programs ever created. Once you've paid for an annual membership, your brain naturally wants to get as much value from it as possible. So the next time you need batteries, paper towels, a phone charger, or almost anything else, where do you check first? Usually, Amazon. Psychologists call this the sunk cost effect. Since you've already paid for the membership, every order feels like you're getting more value out of it, even if another retailer has a better price. Prime also removes one of the biggest reasons people abandon online shopping carts: shipping fees. When shipping feels free, customers spend less time comparing prices and more time clicking Buy Now. Amazon understands something incredibly valuable. The hardest part isn't convincing someone to make one purchase, it's becoming the first place they think of every time they need anything. That's exactly what Prime was built to do. The membership isn't just another product, it's the foundation of an ecosystem designed to keep customers coming back and again and again.
When you step back and look at all of these companies together, one thing becomes incredibly clear. The world's biggest businesses aren't always winning because they have the best products. They're winning because they understand human behavior better than almost anyone else. Think about everything we've covered. McDonald's didn't build a global empire just by selling burgers. One of its greatest strengths is owning valuable real estate and generating long-term income from the land beneath many of its restaurants. Costco isn't trying to make a profit on its famous $1.50 hot dog. Instead, it uses that incredible deal to bring customers into the store, where memberships and larger purchases drive the real profits. Apple has spent decades protecting its premium image by rarely discounting its products. Rather than competing on price, it competes on perception, making customers believe its products are worth paying full price for. IKEA doesn't accidentally guide you through every department. Its entire store layout is carefully designed to expose you to as many products as possible, increasing the chances that you'll leave with much more than you originally planned to buy. And Amazon Prime isn't just about faster shipping. It's designed to build habits. Once you've paid for a membership, you're far more likely to start every shopping journey on Amazon instead of looking anywhere else. Although these companies sell completely different products, they all share one thing in common. They understand that influencing customer behavior is often more valuable than simply building a better product. They're selling convenience. They're selling habits. They're selling trust. They're selling identity. And sometimes the product itself is only a small part of the business. Once you start recognizing these strategies, you'll begin seeing them everywhere. You'll understand why subscription services have become so popular, why loyalty programs are everywhere, why stores are designed the way they are, and why companies spend billions of dollars studying consumer psychology. The more you understand how businesses make money, the harder it becomes for clever marketing to influence your decisions. And that's one of the most valuable financial skills you can develop. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the Wealth Blueprint. Every week, we break down the hidden business strategies, money psychology, investing concepts, and economic ideas that shape the world around us. If there's a company, industry, or business model you'd like us to analyze next, leave it in the comments below. We read every suggestion. Thanks for watching, and remember, once you understand how money really works, you can start making it work for you.